Master yourself. Seek balance in a distracted world. Have you ever felt that the very instincts meant to help us survive are now working against us? Food, once a tool for survival, is now overconsumed, often leading to poor health and a gradual decline in quality of life. Entertainment, meant to enrich life, has progressed so far we are sucked into it, causing us just to retreat further and further from life, unable to moderate our usage and leads to inaction in life, something that numbs us and makes us avoid any discomfort or our responsibilities and things we should be doing. Our modern world feeds our inner impulses, but we must ask, is this life affirming or life denying? What used to be life affirming is now nothing of the sort. For the thinker and any inventive genius, tedium is that unsettling before a happy voyage. He must endure it and await its effect on him, something lesser souls cannot quite manage. When we turn away from superficial stimulation and endure boredom, we're actively resisting complacency. We are refusing to be mere man. We are refusing to be mere apes. Are we not filled with complacency, finding comfort or even pride in shallow distractions, not questioning their value or recognizing their potential harm? Do we not consider that he who has always much indulged himself sickens at last by his much indulgence? Nietzsche also asks, what if, some day or night, a demon were to steal after you into your loneliest loneliness and say to you, this life as you now live it and have lived it, you will have to live it once more and innumerable times more. Would you not throw yourself down and gnash your teeth and curse the demon who spoke thus? Section 2. What is ape to man? What is man to overman? What is ape to man? A laughingstock or painful embarrassment. And man shall be that to overman, a laughingstock or painful embarrassment. I teach you the overman. Man is something that shall be overcome. What have you done to overcome him? Avoiding overindulgence is not about demonizing these things, but learning moderation. The question is, are these habits life-affirming, adding to your life and growth, or life-denying, pulling you further from life, taking so much but giving so little in return? Section 3. Practical tools for mastery. Start where you are. Research shows that having a plan makes you 3 times more likely to stick to a habit. Don't wait for perfection either. Act today. Build something even if it's flawed. Small, intentional steps lead to great change. Remember that a good plan today is better than a perfect plan tomorrow. And make it happen. The good warrior says, thou shalt, pleasanter than I will. And all that is dear unto you, ye shall first have it commanded unto you. Let your love to life be love to your highest hope, and let your highest hope be the highest thought of life. Try making a coming of troubles plan. This includes things you need to prepare for, and a rough plan for the day, always giving more time than expected to account for life, for example food, random chats, using the toilet, and so on. There have been countless studies that show the benefits of making a plan, which increase the likelihood you will get things done. Therefore, have a more eventful day. Even if you don't finish your entire plan, you will be more productive than usual. For those who struggle with plans, remind yourself that the only thing that is doing the thing is doing the thing. So if a plan isn't for you, just get active doing something. Try to do something at all times. Sometimes in life, it's much better to be a machine gun and fire, rather than be a sniper. You can be more precise and perfect as you go along. Do not fall into the trap of analysis paralysis. Just get something done. Doing something is always better than nothing. Good habits formed at youth make all the difference. I never started with an amazing routine. I started with a good habit of a routine, and eventually over time my routines got better, Forming that habit as soon as possible is the best thing that you can do for yourself. Here are some things that I do which align with the 4 atomic habits that may help you forge your own consistent routines. Putting my vitamins in front of my desk, setting out my clothes for the next day, notes on my wardrobe, setting timers on my phone with a note, level up and planning sheets, and blocking apps. All of these things revolve around making it obvious, attractive, easy, and satisfying, or sometimes just making it more difficult for bad habits. Mastery begins with structure and habituation. Create a morning routine that allows space for life's distractions. Plan for these, and you will own your day instead of being owned by it. If not, remind yourself of specific quotes every morning that keep you productive and doing something at all times. Section 4. Aligning with values. You need not choose between all play and no play. Gaming, like eating or spending, is neither inherently good or bad. It is how you wield it that matters. Seek balance that aligns with your values and goals. Gaming has been proven to be good for the brain. If gaming engages you, enforces your creativity, and brings joy, then game. But use it wisely. If it becomes a hindrance, you have to have the strength to let it go. Because rather than adding to a healthy, balanced life, you allow it to take from you instead, leading to a life that gives more than it takes. If people were able to choose from a menu of emotions, most people would choose to feel good or happy. Of course, no one would choose depressed or sad. Who would? However, it's crucial to understand that chasing immediate gratification through activities such as sex, drinking, smoking, drugs, gambling, gaming, and unrestrained eating or spending, while momentarily pleasurable and makes you feel good, can lead to destructive outcomes. This pursuit of pleasures also steers us away from tasks that involve discomfort or effort, such as exercising, further exacerbating the potential for long-term detriment. People are chasing greater and greater highs that are ultimately to their detriment. Beyond the sphere of their body and this earth, they now fancied themselves transported, these ungrateful ones. Intoxicating joy is it for the sufferer to look away from his suffering and forget himself. Intoxicating joy and self-forgetting did the world once seem to me. The short madness of happiness which only the greatest of sufferers experience. From their misery they sought to escape themselves, and the stars were too remote for them. People today often find themselves consumed by scrolling endlessly through social media, playing a single game obsessively, succumbing to harmful substances, or engaging in other destructive habits. In such pursuits, it's as if they forfeit balance and variety in their lives, becoming defined by one singular obsession. Friedrich Nietzsche captures this phenomenon vividly. I see and have seen worse things, and numerous things so hideous that I should neither like to speak of all matters, nor even keep silent about some of them, namely, men who lack everything except they have too much of one thing, men who are nothing more than a big eye, or a big mouth, or a big belly, or something else big. Reverse cripples, I call such men. When these tendencies dominate, our critical thinking erodes, and we accept or defend even the most flawed arguments or behaviours, as Nietzsche incisively puts it, as the argument which rebutes even the best arguments for a person or cause. So speaks the gregarious instinct in us. So speaks the animalistic needs in us, which are fed too much and too often and become so crippling. The struggle, however, does not end there. The real question is not merely whether you can avoid distraction, but whether you can cultivate the strength to fill the void it leaves, to sit with yourself, to endure the silence, and allow something meaningful to emerge. This requires a courage greater than any renunciation. Continue to ask, Whatever you are doing, is it life-affirming or preserving? Or is it life-denying? Does it take away from life? What is the intent and spirit behind the act? Moreover, to recognize where you are vulnerable and to act accordingly, this is wisdom, not weakness. And I count him braver who overcomes his desires than he who conquers his enemies, for the hardest victory is over self. Ask yourself, how can I defend against my vulnerabilities? Is it not buying a certain food at all? Because that's where you are weak. Is it putting your phone away from your bed, or you won't get out of it when the alarm goes off? Is it YouTube scrolling? Use a website blocking app. Don't be passive in your defense. Understand your weaknesses and act. If externals tend to distract you, then give yourself the space to learn some further good lesson and stop your wandering. That done, you must guard yourself against the other sort of drift. Those who are dead to life and have no aim for the direction of every impulse and, more widely, every thought, are drivellers in deed as well as in word. Drivellers are aimless people lacking direction in their actions and thoughts. They have no clear purpose or goal. I will finish this video off with some additional quotes from Epictetus that I found powerful in aiding my mindset and hopefully yours too. Imagine for yourself a character, a model personality, whose example you determine to follow in private as well as in public. To do this, I've made myself tenets and I've clearly stated how I will reach these goals, and that allows me to be able to reach towards my ideal personality. Not every difficult and dangerous thing is suitable for training, but only that which is conducive to success in achieving the object of our effort. If one oversteps the bounds of moderation, the greatest pleasures cease to please. All philosophy lies in two words, sustain and abstain. No man is free who is not a master of himself. Freedom is not procured by a full enjoyment of what is desired, but by controlling the desire. It is time to stop being vague. If you wish to be an extraordinary person, if you wish to be wise, then you should explicitly identify the kind of person you aspire to become. This is the end of this rather long video. I hope I can provide more wisdom to you in the future and be a useful resource in your life. Thank you for watching. Take care.